CC family, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today I'm going to teach you how to make this woven heart. Valentine's Day is coming up and it's just so much fun to do hearts. I have some hearts on my channel, but this is one that I haven't tried yet, so I wanted to share it with you. It's all done in treble crochets or triple crochets, however you like to call it. So I am going to deem this beginner because I'm going to show you how to make one of those if you don't know how. If you do, you can kind of speed up this video a little bit if you need to. But yeah, before we get into this video, I'd like you to please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notify me bell below if you haven't already. And please share my videos. That helps more than anything, and I really appreciate it. So let's get into our materials for today. So for our materials today, I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook. I'm using worsted 4-weight yarn. I'm not doubling it or doing anything to it, just regular 4-weight yarn. I'm using pink and white, but you can use any colors you want. You also don't have to alternate colors, but when you do, it does make it pop out a little bit more. I'm using the pink for over here, the white for over here, and then I'm using the pink to go around the border. Okay, and you'll also need a pair of scissors and a darning needle. You're also going to need some stick pins or some stitch markers or some bobby pins, anything like that. Also remember that in the description box below, I'm going to put everything that you need to do this project, so you can check there as well. So let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so just to show you how this is made real quick, because some people need to see this, some people don't, they just want to get on with it, but I wanted to show you. So you're going to make this side first, and it's going to look like this, and then in an alternating color or whatever you decide to do, you're going to make one that looks just like this on the other side. And then you weave in these ends, and that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use bobby pins. That worked best for me, but like I said, you could use anything you want. And so then you're going to weave them, which is why this is called a woven heart, because you are weaving these ends together. And then I'm going to just hold everything in place with these bobby pins, and then I'm going to crochet around the sides. Okay, so we're going to make the magic circle. And then I'm going to pull down a little bit to make that smaller. And then I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to let that join right there where I joined the magic circle right there count as one of my chains. So technically, I'm going to count that as 4. Then you're going to put 7 more treble crochets, because this counts, this chain of 4 counts as a treble. So I'm going to put 7 more treble crochets into the middle of my magic circle. Again, you might call this a triple crochet. Both ways are correct. So to do a treble crochet, I'm going to yarn around my hook twice, just like that. I'm going to go into my circle, pull up my yarn. I have 4 loops on my hook. I'm going to go through 2, go through 2, and go through 2. Okay, so there's 1. Remember, in total we need 8 because we're counting this as our first treble. So we needed 7 more. So there's 1, 2, wrapping around my hook twice, going into the middle of my magic circle, pulling up, going through 2, going through 2, and going through 2. Again, wrap around your hook twice, go into your magic circle, pull up, go through 2, go through 2, go through 2. And again, wrapping around twice, go into my magic circle, pull up, go through 2, go through 2, go through 2. And again, wrapping around my hook twice, going into my magic circle, pulling up my yarn. I've got 4 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, going through 2, going through 2, going through 2. So how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We only need 2 more. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then you're going to pull tight. And this is what it looks like. You're not wanting this to become a circle, so don't worry about it. We're actually going to chain and turn our work, which is a little bit odd if you've never done anything like that, but we want this part to stay flat like this. So we're not going to join over here. We're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to turn our work, and we're going to be working across this way. So in this very first stitch right here, I just wrapped the yarn around my hook twice. I'm going to put another treble. So right into this space, I'm going to put a treble crochet. So now we have 2, because we're going to count that chain of 4 as a treble. And then in the next one, we're going to put 2 trebles. And in the next one, we're going to put 2 trebles. And in the next, you're going to put 2 trebles. And so by the end of this row, you should have 16. So now we have 16 across. Now we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn your work, and that same stitch, you're going to put another treble. And in the next stitch, you're going to put 1 treble. And in the next stitch, you're going to put 2 trebles. And in the next stitch, you're going to put 1 treble. And in the next stitch, you're going to put 2 trebles. So you're just going to keep doing that all the way down, alternating the 2 and the 1 in each stitch. Okay, and by the end of this row, you're going to need 24. And now we have 24 stitches. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work along the end here, right here, and we're going to be doing these little pieces here that we're going to use to weave. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to chain 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 17, and 18. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to work trebles going all the way back down. So you're going to skip over 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches, go into your 5th stitch and work a treble. Yarn over twice, go into your stitch, pull up, go through 2, go through 2, go through 2. And you're just going to do that, one treble in each stitch going all the way down. So we're on our last stitch right here. You're going to go right into there and work a treble. And then you're going to, right here you can see that we had a treble here, we have a treble here, a treble here, then we have this space, then we have a treble here, and a piece here. You're going to be working 4 across, skipping some of these parts, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So what you want to do is you want to slip stitch right over here at the end of this first treble right here. So right here in this spot, you want to put a slip stitch. Now, if you would like to put stitch markers in each of these places, you can. It might help you. I'm going to show you real quick using my bobby pins. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 3, and then I'm going to slip stitch over here. So this would be where I would slip stitch next, right there. Then I would do another piece here, and I would do it right here. And then I would come over and close right there with a slip stitch. Then I would skip over this middle part right here with a chain of 3, and then we'd start another one over here. Then I would slip stitch over here and do another chain of 3, and then I would start my final one over here, which would leave 4 of those pieces that we need for weaving at the end. I know this is a little bit confusing. Don't let this stop you. Once you get it, it'll be fine. Don't let the weaving confuse you. Don't let any of this bother you. Don't give up, because it's going to be a beautiful heart when you're finished, okay? But just put these, whatever you've got, bobby pins, pieces of yarn, stitch markers, whatever, put those right here to show you where you need to be. So now what I'm going to do, and you might not need them at all. Now I'm going to chain 3 to get us over to where we need to be. So this chain of 3 is going to skip over all of this. Where I've got my bobby pin is where I'm going to slip stitch. So I'm going to take it out, and right into there, as best I can, I'm going to put a slip stitch. Then to get to the next bobby pin, I'm going to make another piece. So I'm going to chain 18. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Then I'm going to skip 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, go into the 5th and make a treble. Go right into there. And then I'm going to do a treble crochet going all the way down in each chain. Okay, so now we're on our last chain right here, and we're going to put our last treble right here. And then I'm going to go over to where this bobby pin is, and I'm going to put a slip stitch. And then remember, in between all of these, we have a chain of 3. So I'm going to chain 3, and I'm going to go over to where this bobby pin is. Right there. And now I'm going to do another piece here. So I'm going to chain 18. Then I'm going to skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, go into my 5th chain and make a treble crochet. And repeat that all the way down. So now we're on our last treble. Put it right there in that last chain. And then you're going to go over to where we have our next stitch marker. I'm going to pull that out, and I'm going to put a slip stitch. Then I'm going to chain 3. Then I'm going to take this stitch marker out, and I'm going to slip stitch right into our last place right here. And as you can see, we have 3, and now we're working on our last one, which will go right into this space here. So we're going to chain 18 again. So now again, you're going to skip 4 stitches, chains rather, 1, 2, 3, 4, and go into the 5th and make a treble. And then you're going to treble crochet all the way down. Do our last treble right there, and then right over here at the end over here, and this stitch right here, we're going to slip stitch to close. Just like that. Then you're going to cut off, leaving a piece, and just pull that through, just like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to piece these hearts together, and we're going to join them. We're going to try to join them right at the same place. And this is when we're going to use our stitch markers, our bobby pins, whatever you're using to help with this. So I'm going to try to find where this ended and this began here. So we're right here. We're right here. So I'm going to join this with a bobby pin like that. Okay? Just like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start weaving. And when I weave, I'm going to put my bobby pins at the end to hold it together. Okay? So this is our heart. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, I'm just going to start going under, then over, then under, then over. just like that. And then I'm going to hold this in place with a bobby pin. Just like that. Then I'm going to go to my next piece here. And since I did under, over, under, over, now I'm going to go over, under, over, and under. So you're doing the opposite for each one. And just try to keep them as close together as you can. That's one of the reasons I did this in a treble and not a double or a half double crochet, because I wanted these to be wide enough to where there wasn't a lot of space in between them. So we're going to hold that. And so since we went over on that one, we're going to go under, and it's going to look like you don't have enough, but once you pull on these, it will come around. So don't worry about that. Okay, so now we went under with that one. Excuse me, over with that one. So we're going to go under with this one, over with this one, under with this one, and over with this one. And then we're going to put another bobby pin. Okay. And now we're on our last one. You can pull these out if you need to. But again, we're going to use our bobby pins to hold them into place. But we went under with this one, so we're going to go over. And I'm going to put a bobby pin on the end over here to hold it into place. On this side as well. So we went over. Now we're going to go under. So we're going to hold a bobby pin here. So under, over, under, over, under, over, under. And then we have this last piece here, which is going to go under, just like that. And then you can put a bobby pin there as well, but I have run out of bobby pins. So it's fine the way that is. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to leave this right here for right now so you can kind of see what it looks like with the weaving going in and out and how it should look. So you can go ahead and look at that and see what you need to do. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my red yarn, and that's what I'm going to use to go around the entire project. And this stitch right here. And we're going to bring in our red yarn. We're going to chain one. You can work over this piece as you go as well. And then right in that same place, we're going to put a loose single crochet. So we want to crochet loosely around here because we don't want it to pull. It does pull a little bit, as you can tell with this one. It kind of wants to curl a little bit, but I still think this looked so much more beautiful than doing like a chain 2 or a chain 1 or some kind of ruffle. That really seemed to affect it. So I want to keep it with just a loose single crochet going all the way around. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do when we get to these pieces that we have together with our bobby pins. I'm going to show you exactly how to get those worked in. I know that people love to have a exact number, an exact thing like that. But with this, you're really not going to get that. You're going to try to work these in as best you can. And it's going to look great in the end no matter what. Okay, so just keep single crocheting around, like I said, very loosely. Okay, so now I'm right where my stitch marker is, or my bobby pin rather. So I'm going to pull this up, and what you see here is you've got the end of this where we did the treble. So that's what I'm going to work into. So I'm going to go into my next stitch, but I'm going to go into this first. Then I'm going to go into my corresponding stitch right there, and I'm going to work a single crochet into there. Then I'm going to go over here. We're still working on the inside of that treble, and I'm going to go to my next stitch, and I'm going to work another single crochet into there to hold that into place. Then I'm going to go ahead and pull out my stitch marker, and in between this and this, I'm going to work one single crochet there. And then I'm going to go into my next stitch, and I'm going to start working this in. Again, working from the back now because this is through the front. I'm going to go through that piece there where that treble is, and I'm going to do a single crochet. And then I'm going to go into my next stitch. So we're working 2 single crochets for each of these. And then I'm going to work another single crochet. Okay. So then we're right here, and we're at our next one almost. So we're going to go into our next stitch. We're going to do a single crochet. And then we're at this now. So I'm going to pull out my bobby pin, and I'm going to work. This one's in the front now. So I'm going to work into this space right here. I'm going to go into my next stitch, and I'm going to make a single crochet. Go in there again, go into my next stitch, and work a single crochet. Just like that. Now I'm at the end here, and this needs to be under like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work one single crochet, and right here, okay, what you're seeing is you've got the bottom of this one, and then you've got the bottom of this one right there together. So I've put my finger through there so you can see, because we're going to be working into that. And actually I see one more stitch here, so I'm going to put one more single crochet, and then I'm going to go into this space right here, and I'm going to make one single crochet, chain one, and one more single crochet to hold that all together and to give it a little bit of a point. Okay, so what I want you to do is go into this next stitch and work a single crochet, go into the next and work a single crochet, and go into the next and work a single crochet. And now we're at our part again where we need to work this in. So you're going to go into your next stitch, work that through the back, go into your next stitch, work that through the back, and then go on again. So we're going to move this over a little bit, because we want this to kind of mirror the other side as best we can. Remember when I said it may not be exactly perfect, but you're trying to mirror it a little bit. So you're going to go into your next stitch and put one single crochet, and then you're going to go into your, pull out your bobby pin, go into your next, go into this next stitch, work one single crochet, go in again, go into the next stitch and work one single crochet. And then you're going to keep working single crochets again. Okay, but we want to move this just a little bit down, just like that. And then we're going to go into our next stitch, work into the middle here, and into the next stitch, work through the middle here. And now we're going to work back up the other side of our heart. Last stitch marker. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this stitch marker out, and where we joined that stitch marker there to here, we're going to do a slip stitch, because we want that to still be a dip there. And then we're going to go into our next stitch and work a single crochet, and then you're going to join right here at the top where you did your first single crochet. You're going to join there, and then you're going to tie off. That's a little piece where I worked over that. So then I'm just going to pull that through. I'm going to flatten everything down. You can stretch this out a little bit if you need to. And look at that. You have a beautiful woven heart. It does seem a little bit difficult when you're crocheting around. Using any kind of stitch marker, bobby pin, whatever you want to use to hold it together is really good. It's going to make the difference for this. This one looks a little bit bigger because I did it more loosely and not as tight as I did the red because I did it on camera. But then you're going to work in your ends and you have just got the sweetest little woven heart. Actually, it's not little at all. My hands are huge and this is a big heart. Now, all the time in my questions I get, how do I make this bigger? How do I make this smaller? And for this project, if you did want to make it bigger, I would suggest using a thicker yarn and a bigger hook, keeping this exactly the same. If you want to make this smaller, I would use a smaller hook, or you could keep out this round here, this last round. You could also go down to double crochets or half double crochets. There's all kinds of things you could do to make it smaller or larger, totally up to you. But this, I get those questions all the time, so I wanted to address that in here. But yeah, these are gorgeous and they're lots of fun to make. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask below in the comments section. If you're not comfortable with that, you can find me on YouTube. Obviously on YouTube. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and all of that is in the description box below. And hey, come over there and say hi and watch my videos there as well. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you again soon, guys. Happy crocheting. Bye-bye.